right, welcome to Gen X Rated Saturday edition. We made it, fellas. How are we doing today?
How are we doing today? We're doing pretty good. We're doing all right. Doing
Awesome.
some house sitting, as you can see.
Fancy.
Some dog sitting. Gimli is here somewhere. I'm not sure where he went, but we just had a good walk. He took a big dump.
Oh, fantastic.
We saw an owl this morning, so yeah.
Don't say the dog's name. Someone's gonna geolocate your ass and rob you. You're in an undisclosed location. I'm fine. I just took a shower after doom scrolling and eating ribs. So,
How'd the ribs turn out?
they're delicious.
They looked amazing.
I can make 3 racks of ribs and then just eat like 3 bones or 4 bones a day and get me through a week or two because I always need protein and I'm lazy. I don't always want to cook. So, and ribs are like one of the better leftover meats. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah.
Because meat is gross leftover generally. But
Do you remember that place in Atlanta, Fat Matt's?
I remember sitting next to the fucking what band was that we were sitting next to? That was eating that right next to us. The Georgia something line, the fucking Georgia Florida line or some shit.
Georgia County.
Was it the Georgia Florida
County line or some shit?
Yeah, they were sitting right next to us, eating it next to us one day. I remember it very well. Yeah,
dude, that place was awesome. I wonder if it's still there.
You'd have to go with something
Rob
like
liked it much because Rob doesn't like he doesn't like chewies. Rob likes like beef ribs and shit. So, but I loved it. I loved the barbecue sauce the most because
dude, the sauce was so good. It was like the vinegar based sauce, right?
They had it in huge jugs sitting in the window, just sort of like kind of slow cooking in the Georgia sun or just fermenting or whatever. And then when they were done, they'd bottle them, and they were delicious.
Yeah, that place was awesome, dude. We ate well in Atlanta. That place. What was the burrito place?
Fuck, dude. What? You're the one supposed to remember this shit. I'm high on chronic tonic.
I just had it a minute ago.
They were fist-sized burritos. They were giant.
Oh my god, they were as big as your head.
This is my last day smoking, so I'm smoking some shit that's so rare that you could only usually get it in special dispensaries on the West Coast.
What is it?
It's called Chronic Tonic.
Oh, nice.
So it's a
Is
hybrid.
it purple?
I don't know if it's purple, dude. It's inside a joint. I just smoke them. I don't roll them. Like Snoop Dogg, I have a professional roller. I don't worry about that shit. Is
that the strain that the wild cat eats the bud and then shits it out and then they dry it out and that's that coffee.
I think that's monkeys and coffee.
Yeah.
So, and I wouldn't drink that shit. I ain't drinking anything coming out of a fucking monkey's ass. That's fucking weird as shit. But they charge fucking $30 a cup and fucking the suburbanites run to it like,
yeah, they do.
But anyway, I needed this for a little pain relief. I'm in a little bit of pain today. I don't know if you guys know about the recovery shoe, UFU.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if you realize they take up a huge static charge in them.
Oh, really?
Like you'll touch something and you'll shock yourself, like big shocks, right? So my producer, Melissa, walked past me and cupped my balls today. Shocked my nuts so fucking hard it dropped me to the floor. I'm like, I need your strongest weed. It hurts so fucking bad. So be careful. UFUs gather up a static charge. Shut up, dude. She's going out of town tomorrow. It was just a loving gesture. She didn't know I was all charged up.
Keep your hands off my testes if I'm wearing them. That's all.
Yeah, she blasted my testy, dude. It hurt like hell.
Whoa.
I used to like touching the fridge and getting fucking blasted and shit. But yeah, she got me good. It hurt like hell, dude. Dropped me to the fucking floor.
I bet.
Wow.
But I'm okay now. I ate some ribs.
Well, speaking of testes,
don't laugh. Well, that's not funny. Those are my balls.
and today is International Women's Day.
Well, it was until fucking Google and Apple canceled it. That's not on their fucking shit anymore.
But it is.
Fuck them.
They removed International Women's Day from their calendar.
Only in America.
Yeah.
Misogynistic dicks.
So I actually wrote that down as a note today. As random, you brought that up. So,
no, good call, Billy. Mm-hmm. So this is Maria Bartiromo, which everybody knows is an economic whiz. She is now going to be on the board. She was just appointed to the JFK Center for Performing Arts. Her, along with her friend, let me pull her up real quick, and hopefully everybody can see this, Uncle Bill.
I see it.
Okay, super. And her, Laura Ingraham, she's also going to be there.
Fuck is that shit?
You have a lot of performers that are bailing because they don't necessarily want to be the next act at the
Well, this is what you get.
ain't what she used to be. Old man.
Mare, she ain't what she used to be, and they actually gave him some dancers to go with him. So,
Well,
yeah,
and his buddy may show up or he might not. We don't know. Depends.
nothing but the best. And I hear the J6 singers are going to be there too.
Yes, the J6 Choir will also be performing at the JFK Center for Performing Arts.
Now that's entertainment. Some treasonous thugs showing up and doing some singing, probably about guns, God, and Trump.
Well, and this place was amazing, and it really started under Eisenhower, flourished under Kennedy, and now we just are kind of discounting that. But I don't want to get too deep in the woods. I'm not looking to go that direction today.
Obviously, throwing some snark.
Yeah, I love your snark, Billy.
You should just go in the direction of like, like let's talk about frogs. Like, for instance, did you know like female frogs, some species sometimes play dead so they don't have to bang their mates? We can talk about that. I got lots of useless information.
You think Melania Trump doesn't do that?
Politics. Let's talk about lady frogs not banging their mates and.
So you're saying Melania has frog-like tendencies?
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, she's definitely a fucking amphibious creature and whatnot. But
well, I know she probably plays dead not to have to sleep with that monstrosity.
Can you blame her?
That dude's dick doesn't work. His right leg doesn't even work. He drags it around. Parts on that guy are breaking the fuck down for sure.
Well, the brain pan is going. That's for sure.
Yeah, you're absolutely right with that.
He's already got fighting after 2 months. It's absolutely insane to watch. Mark Little Hands, Dry Mouth Rubio got some balls and yelled at Musk apparently, and the cabinet members, Sean Duffy's like, I got planes dropping out of the fucking sky, and you want to fire people? I mean, just they're in total fucking chaos.
They are.
But unfortunately, well, anyway, it's Saturday. I'm gonna.
Well, hey, Elon said it. Rockets are hard, or rockets are hard.
Oh, how did you even find that shit out? That fucking like 3 of his rockets have blown up recently, because apparently the news isn't reporting that shit anymore, like covering that crap up, and the FAA isn't even investigating that shit anymore.
I saw it on TikTok. Somebody had a video from their plane, their seat.
And they fired a lot of people that, I mean, there's so much pollution that ends up in the ocean. There's so much air traffic that has to be guided around his failures. That those were the first people that he fired from the FAA, because we don't need that kind of accountability. Okay, I'm a billionaire. Go fuck yourselves.
I don't need that kind of pushback.
My wife's flying tomorrow, and Elon better pray she gets to wherever the fuck she's getting safely. And that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Amen.
I mean, everyone needs to hold these motherfuckers directly responsible for shit falling out of the sky and rockets blowing up and fucking Social Security getting ready to get fucking shit on. Our 401ks fucking tanking.
1.3 trillion in a day.
And all I'm seeing in the last vestiges of MAGA is the one that haven't gotten fired from the federal government. They're literally making excuses. He never promised he was going to lower the price of eggs. What he was actually saying, you're in a fucking cult. Yeah. All right, I digress.
Agreed. How about the Latino guy that got pulled over?
Oh, in Northern Virginia. I did read that. Yeah, fuck him, dude.
I didn't see this happening. I voted for him. Really? You thought that red hat was going to cover up your tan skin? For real?
Yeah, no.
I also saw, I don't know if you guys noticed, the Hollywood, the stars, the Walk of Fame or whatever. Someone sprayed a swastika on Trump's Hollywood star. And it looks strikingly similar to Kanye West's T-shirts with the swastika on them. So I'm wondering if he was in Hollywood last night doing a bit of solidarity. So, but anyway, people they're losing their mind, man. They're burning down fucking Tesla dealerships in fucking France. They're spraying swastikas all over their fucking charging stations, all over the world right now. Canceled contracts for fucking Starlink. I mean, hashtag Charlie Sheen fucking Tiger Eye winning like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yep. Dude, it's not 1933 anymore. People aren't just going to roll over.
No.
And we're not fucking homogenous, motherfucker. Like, literally, black people live here. Brown people live here. The women are highly educated, more educated than the men here. It's
Fuck
not
yeah.
going to work the same fucking way. But again, I digress. We talk about culture war versus class war all the time.
We're going
I
to
think
come.
people are starting to figure it out.
We're going to circle back to a little bit of calmer to that point. Just give us a minute here. I need to jump to the USDA. There were 2 departments that they got rid of that are critical to food safety. 2 food safety advisory committees have been taken away. One is microbial contamination, and the other is meat inspection. So what you get with that is salmonella, listeria. Good luck finding boar's head because it's off the shelves based on this.
Ugh.
And E. coli, which we love. The interesting part to me is that the Philippines is now banning poultry imports from New York, Indiana, and Pennsylvania. Like Gene says, you can't make this shit up.
You can't, dude. Europe doesn't take any of our food. None of our food passes their standards.
You're right.
You know, we had a friend that came back from Germany, and he's like, I came back here and I ate just regular American food, and I was sick for a week because he'd been in Germany for like a year.
That's so gross.
And, you know, the food is just healthier. The standards are higher. But, you know, we'll just put anything out there. And Gene, you told me one time, you're like, Americans love 2 things. They love cheap gas and cheap food.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I was really high when I said that, and we were probably at the Waffle House.
But you weren't lying.
I was probably driving my Ford Excursion, so I apologize for all those things.
No, you nailed it though. You weren't wrong. People, they love cheap food, and you know they don't care if those eggs come down to $2, whatever they are. If they come down to a cheap level for a dozen eggs, they don't care if they're factory farmed eggs. They don't care if those shells are like toilet paper thin. You can like just scratch them and they shatter. I mean, people don't care, man. That's why they're so fucking unhealthy.
You got a bidet at your new digs today too?
Not in the guest bedroom that I have. No, I don't go into their quarters, but it'd be ironic if they had one in the rental property and didn't have one in their own home.
That would be strange.
Rosen, quit talking about those people. Shush.
Shush. Giving away too much.
You asked, I answered.
Well, you should have invited me. I would have come to St. Louis for a boys' weekend in a really nice crib.
So I wanted to throw this up. There was an executive order. I want to say it was on March 1st. So you're already a week in. We probably haven't heard about it. But they're going to do some forest clearing. And this is all in relation to Trump and the Canadian timber. He feels like we have plenty of trees here that we can just get rid of. I believe, so it's through the Department of Interior and Agriculture. And that way they can bypass any endangered species acts, which, you know, who needs that? Who cares about that? But what he did allow is 100 million hectares to be cleared. And I had to do a little dive on that. A hectare is 10,000 square meters. And I needed the help of Gino and Uncle Bill here to figure out what that was in acreage.
Well, basically, they're giving up 250,000 acres of land to fuck with, to chop up. So just to start.
Yeah, and just to put it in perspective, that's 3 times the size of California.
So
that's fucking insane. I mean, apparently nobody in this administration or any of the MAGAs have heard of Easter Island.
No, you're absolutely right.
You know, what do you think those motherfuckers thought when they watched that last tree fall?
We're fucked. I don't know.
I don't know. I doubt Trump even knows the difference between softwoods and hardwoods. And
good one, Gene.
That dude hasn't had hardwood in decades.
He probably thinks a fucking tree is a tree is a tree. He probably thinks you can use a fucking, a pine tree for fucking firewood indoors or some shit. He's not not realizing. I'm just saying, dude.
No, I think you're right.
He's not the smart. He's not the smartest guy. He sees trees. And he thinks they can all be fucking cleared for shit. And they're all quality, premium. And what's going to happen is the smart motherfuckers, the people that are going to jack us and steal our fucking lands are going to go get our best shit. This dummy's not going to fucking know the difference. They're going to go, look at all these pine trees over here. You're fine. While they clear out our fucking giant fucking redwoods or something.
Dude, they better not fuck with the redwoods.
I need the mahogany, not the pine.
He's not smart. And I remember Melissa and I, when we lived in our McMansion a decade ago, when we were redoing it, and we put these beautiful ash wood flooring in, ash wood, and it was the last of the batch of ash flooring because an ash beetle had killed every single fucking ash tree in Ohio.
Oh, wow.
That was a decade ago, man. So we've already lost. We're already way fucking behind in biodiversity and fucking global warming and shit. And then you just fucking add this guy to the fucking mix. It's literally like throwing fucking lighter fluid on the shit. It's crazy.
It really is. And it's just, dude, he really thinks he's a king. He thinks whatever he says is going to fly.
It's up to the courts at this point. I mean, everything has been rejected so far. They are finding other ways to try and slide stuff under the executive branch so he can kind of hide it with his handlers, kind of like the Epstein release. Now it's national security. We can't release
MAGA's
that.
pissed about that.
And they should be. They were lied to. But what else is new?
Yeah.
I want to put this up and just give you one statistic. These are our U.S. national parks, which I think we've all been to. They're pretty amazing. The cost of them has not gotten any cheaper. So you pay for this and you're happy to do it because it goes to forestry workers. It goes to the betterment of the parks, etc. But they are cutting the budget for national parks. The budget for the national parks is $3.6 billion with a B. Seems like a lot of money, but we do have a lot of amazing national forests and parks.
That's money well spent.
The what you get from that in revenue is about 55 billion. So you're spending 3.6 billion, and maybe our businessman in chief doesn't understand that. But if I'm investing 3.6 billion dollars, or like Elon invested 270 million dollars, and look what he got a presidency. But to get 55 billion in revenue from national parks, which people love, it gets people outdoors, it gets you an appreciation for nature. We're just going to cut that because fuck Canada, we don't want their lumber. We're going to do everything internally and trash our planet before we go to Mars, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we already stole Wayne Gretzky, so we don't need their damn trees.
I'm a little disappointed by that. I'm going to be.
Canada is disappointed in that. Canada is very disappointed.
They should be. That was disappointing. What's he doing?
He's doing Discovery commercials with Mrs. Stifler.
Makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, and dude, the craziest part about this shit is all these people who are getting fired are people that do their jobs. I saw a custodian that got fired from a national park. He goes, "You guys may not realize this, but I literally pick up dirty diapers on the side of the fucking highway on the way up to this national park." Like, you know how, I mean, dude, we've seen the favelas of fucking Brazil before. We've seen how fast pollution can invade a fucking area, a poor area. So, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what his master plan is. I don't know if he has a master plan.
I don't think there is one.
I'm glad people are getting fucking sick of Elon Musk, but they're really all incompetent. I mean, he really did the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. So.
Oh, my God, yeah. Cole and I were talking to a guy today who we know at the gym, and he's an older guy. He's retired. He worked. He was in the military, law enforcement. He worked as a federal government person. And he said, we were talking about Elon and just the bullshit. He said, if I was still working there and I got an email from him that said, "Send me 5 bullets on what you did this week," I would literally send that guy 5 bullets. He's like, I'd probably be arrested and charged with threatening him. So I'd probably get an attorney to word it for me. But, these are public servants. They are literally public servants. They do a lot of behind the scenes work that make government function.
Sure. And a lot of those people served in the military.
Yeah, exactly. And, now you're sending fucking 19-year-old wonder kids who happen, some of them happen to be racist. Some of them are just fucking out of their heads. Some of them are just stupid.
Or tied to the KGB, whatever.
Yeah.
Big balls.
How about that? And oddly, nobody batted an eye. Nobody was shocked to see that.
I did. My eyes were still batting. Okay.
But what the fuck? Seriously, what the fuck does Elon literally have on Trump? Is it literally he helped him steal the fucking election and he has that on him? So,
well, this could be
Trump to his helicopter to Mar-a-Lago fucking Friday, dude. That's
and back to the White House.
That's some weird ass access. I'm just saying, man.
Well, and keep in mind, Elon talks to Putin nearly daily, so it's the best way for everybody to keep it in the family.
I mean, we know fucking Lauren Boebert's fucking breath smells like Kid Rock's nuts, but what the fuck does Trump's fucking breath smell like, for fuck's sake? What the fuck is going on here? And we also know Mike Johnson's fucking nuts might smell like some billionaires. So
His roommate. His
roommate greeting him everyone should fucking
PJs.
Mike Johnson's roommate his billionaire roommate greeting him in pajamas and no shoes every day, like he's a trad wife.
Pajama bottoms, no top.
Just the bottoms.
Are you serious? No top?
He might have, I don't know. It didn't say. He might have been wearing a t-shirt.
It did. It said he came out. The article
Ew.
It said pajama
Nipple
bottoms.
rings too? What? Nipple
it didn't
rings?
say he was, I don't know.
That's fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
It's a little bit weird.
I wonder if he's fucking wearing a pair of Ufus, getting ready to fucking, give him a little left nut shot.
I only have a couple more things here. The IRS, we did see that 7,000 workers were fired from the IRS. The interesting part was that they're only the ones that are policing billionaires and giant corporations.
Perfect.
So you and I, don't worry. They got workers to audit us and get all that good stuff. But if you're a company that's making more than 10 million in assets, or you're a high income individual, you're okay, because we've cut those 7,000 jobs. And Uncle Bill has said before, the IRS, they bring in a ton of cash. We just got to get the people that have the most cash to actually pay their share.
I think on rich people. Oh, go ahead, Bill.
I was just going to say, if the billionaires paid their fair share, nothing more, nothing less, just their fair share, it would solve a lot of problems.
1% of what they own would take us out of, people out of poverty.
But they're not going to make any money off of policing us. Again, I think it's a 1-to-1 race. They break even auditing people that aren't rich. And for every $1 they spend for going after rich people, they make $16 to $25 on. So, they just gave up more fucking revenue. They just gave up more money.
They only want your revenue, not the big.
They're not going to make any fucking auditing us. I mean, they're going to break even at best, unless they decide to just, I don't know,
raise those taxes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, we're going to get hit a little bit, but
you're going to put the squeeze on us. And, and don't forget all the revenue that they're not going to be getting from people they've deported that paid taxes. That's another myth that people believe. Wow, they don't pay.
And the ones in Nebraska fucking just left the ranchers just high and dry and said, we'll just go.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah,
I don't want to be deported to unknown country. They don't even send you back where you came from necessarily. Just put them in
send them motherfuckers to Guantanamo, dude. I mean, you can't even pick a more cruel motherfucker. Child separation in the first fucking term, where some of those children still haven't seen their fucking parents in a fucking decade. And then this motherfucker right now literally sending like Hispanics to Guantanamo and shit, maids and shit. I mean, it's really, I don't know, man. It's just some fucking white supremacy fucking just. I never thought I'd see that shit in America in my lifetime, being a 56-year-old biracial guy who's parents got married in fucking 68. One was white, one was black. And I'm hardly the oldest biracial kid in America, but I mean, I'm in my mid motherfucking 50s, dude. And this guy is just literally going, white is right, male is right, and everybody else can go fuck themselves. And it's insane to see. And it's insane to see that it's quite popular right now. Because he's still pulling okay with these fucking nutters. It is what it is, I guess, but
until it gets closer to them, and then it hits them, and then they'll get the reality that they're not one of them.
Yeah,
so,
you are not in that club. George Carlin told you a long time ago. It's a big club, and you ain't in it.
Well, honestly, I thought we were going to get on here and talk about. Did you guys like?
I'm almost done. If you would let me finish.
Well, it's about a politician. Did you not see DeSantis fucking wipe snot all over his face yesterday before he started talking about he's going to do his own version of Doge? He held a press conference, and I'm not going to fucking repeat it because I don't want to put snot all over my face. But he literally did this, and just wiped snot all over his face. And so I Googled that shit. Just Google fucking Ron DeSantis and snot. This isn't even the third time he's done that shit. This guy has a habit of like fucking wiping snot on his fucking hand and then wiping it on his eyeballs and shit. He's really kind of fucking gross. I would have rather talked about that shit all day, just how gross they are, or what Lauren Boebert's breath smells like after a night with fucking Kid Rock. But here we are talking about the same old miserable bullshit. It is what it is, I guess. But
I'm almost done. It's information that's necessary for
They're
many.
just fucking weirdos, man. We just should have never, like Tim Walz said, we should have just never stopped talking about how weird these motherfuckers are. They fucked us. And Tim Walz was the missing link for us fucking getting a white guy that said all these fucking motherfuckers over here are just super fucking weird.
They're
Agreed.
super weird.
And they
told
kept
him
him.
they told him to stop saying weird. They told him to, be normal. They told him to hug it out with JD Vance in the fucking debate. And
They should have let him be him.
All right, you go ahead and finish. I'm sorry.
All right, really quickly, the CDC, just as an update, and these are lagging data numbers, but fairly current, I'd say in the last 6 days. We've had a surge of measles, 35% surge in 1 week, 222 cases in 12 states now. And as you recall, RFK Jr. said, oh, this is normal. Last year, we had a total of 285 cases. We're up to already 222, and it's only March. Texas is the epicenter, 198 cases. We've had 2 deaths from measles, which again, this is something that's easily treated before you have it if you get inoculated. It's something that we didn't even have on our radar in 2000 because we had eradicated it, but now it's gone. 2 more things. Utah has banned fluoride officially today, even after 75 years of data that shows it does prevent tooth decay. Feel how you want about fluoride. I prefer not to visit the dentist for cavities. You should be going twice a year regardless, but Utah says enough already. And lastly, and I think this is really the direction we're going into, RFK Jr. suggested that cod liver oil and nutrition is going to cure most human diseases. So let's stock up on the cod liver.
Oh my God. How do these guys get into Ivy Leagues? They make Ivy Leagues look so fucking stupid. Of course, he took heroin to settle himself down and get better.
Well, and he was a Nepo.
Yeah, I know. But like JD Vance, for instance, he was hardly a Nepo. Somehow he got into Harvard. I mean, he literally jumped out of a moving car. His mom was fucking driving because she was going to drive it off a cliff or some shit. And then he went and lived with his grandma and changed his name 6 fucking times and apparently allegedly started fucking couches. But he got into Harvard. I just don't know how they fucking do it.
He took golf lessons.
What?
He grew up in the suburbs of Cincinnati. He took golf lessons.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. His story has a lot of holes in it.
It does.
Let's just say he embellished some things.
And he's such a beta, dude. He just with that fucking beard, and he looks a little bit like John Wayne Gacy, apparently. Oh, Lord have mercy. Are you done yet with your?
Yeah, I'm done. So what I was going to jump to was we had talked about this the other day. I'll put this up here to get started. We had talked about some buddy movies from the 70s through the 90s.
Dude, I love this movie.
This right here is Silver Streak.
Mm-hmm.
Gene Wilder, excuse me, and Richard Pryor.
And Joe Claiborne.
That was 1976. Did we see that in the theater, Uncle Bill? I think we did.
We did, yeah. We were visiting our relatives in New Jersey over Christmas.
Okay.
Do you remember the plot or no? I'm a little fuzzy on.
I think there was a murder on a train, and they were like framed for it.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
But it did feature Gene Wilder in blackface.
Did it really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I actually have that for you, Billy, since you brought that up.
Well, I mean, dude, he wasn't the last to do it. What's his face did it in Trading Places.
Remember Richard Pryor's giving him tips on how to pass.
Oh, shit, that's in Silver Streak? That's not Stir Crazy?
No, that's Silver Streak.
Oh, shit, I didn't realize that. Okay. Yeah, I've seen that picture before. You know, those two weren't even that close. That's probably why the comedy fucking worked so well, because their styles were so different. They weren't like let's hang out after fucking work type of buddies. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So, and I think Richard Pryor often like pissed Wilder off being late to set and shit like that. But you know, it worked. Whatever it was, they did what 3, 4, 5,
least,
5
yeah.
together, maybe.
Yeah. I would
Hear
say
No Evil, See No Evil,
Silver Streak, Stir Crazy, See No Evil.
I think there's a couple more, but anyway, yeah,
Only there was a way to find out.
I'm telling you, man, back in the day, and I saw most of these movies actually on cable. I saw very few of these in the movie theaters. I'm not quite as old as Bill. He's almost a boomer, so he probably was old enough to sit in the big boy chair. But I just see all these movies. Once we got HBO, dude, I mean, I saw all these movies over and over and over again. And the one thing I noticed up to the fucking 2010s, man, is they were making movies with, you know, oh, look at Bill Cosby, fucking Harvey Keitel,
Raquel Welch.
So this is Mother Jugs and Speed, also 1976. I believe me and Uncle Bill saw this in the theater.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think Murr took us to it.
I remember the shotgun scene, the guy getting shot with a shotgun. You remember that?
Oh, I don't remember that.
Flew back into the water. That's the only scene I really remember. And then they were calling her Jugs a lot.
Yeah.
Yes. Mother Jugs and Speed.
Yeah, the title didn't age that well.
No, probably not. Well, a lot of these movies didn't, but at least they were putting up, you know, at least they were integrating us, and there was interracial shit going on. Even if it wasn't always fucking friendly, it was funny, and it was showing the world that, oh shit, we are a multicultural democracy, but we don't see these movies a lot anymore. I don't suspect we'll see many of them during the Trump administration, and as long as the Republicans are in charge, because they probably don't like movies like this.
This was 48 Hours. You got Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Nolte from Omaha got kicked out of West Side High School. There you go.
Really? Right. Did not know that.
Oh yeah, he's from Omaha.
Huh.
And that was 1982. I will jump back to 76. You could kind of call this a buddy movie. It was the first Rocky. I say that because they made several others, and they did kind of become friendly.
They did after this one. Yeah, they became buddies.
Yeah. So I guess we could put that in the pile of buddy movies as well. You also have these guys, Lethal Weapon, 1987.
I'm too old for this.
And that look on Mel Gibson's face is real, because he's real upset a black guy is that close to him.
All right, well, what about this one? Is he any happier here?
That's called I'm making $10 million for this movie. It's called acting.
What an actor.
You think I couldn't act like that? Fucking with my fucking worst frenemy, fucking for lots of millions and millions of dollars? Of course I could.
Good point.
Yeah.
So there you have Rock again with his buddy. One of the movies we talked about, Running Scared. You had these two buddies.
Yeah, Gregory Hines, Billy Crystal.
They were cops, correct, in that movie?
Yes.
I haven't seen it in fucking 25 years, so I mean, I'm not going to guess.
Yeah, they were cops, and here they are as well. Couple of buddies. You know, I don't know. It's kind of what my formative years, I was kind of raised around these kind of movies. I will drop down to one other one that you probably remember because I love John Candy.
Sure. Brewster's Millions.
Oh, yeah.
Movie a million fucking times.
This was
Do not bring up the fucking toy picture, please. I hate that fucking shit.
I will not put the toy up.
No. That is not the kind of buddy movie we're talking about.
Not on my watch.
It was because of these fucking movies. I think I was able to, once I turned 21, I was able to walk into a country western bar and not worried about fucking getting into a bar fight. We'd all fucking been getting along. Not perfect, hardly perfectly. But, I mean, what we're doing now, fucking using code words to say the N-word, just literally pulling fucking Lee Atwater out of the fucking grave and going, let's use DEI, let's use CRT, let's use... Dude, it's just... it's not working for black people. Let's go back to just, you know, kind of getting along, because this shit doesn't work.
Well, Men in Black.
Men in Black, yeah.
A good example. And then they brought in James Brolin, right? Is that his name? Brolin?
Josh Brolin?
The third one.
I don't even remember the third one.
Brolin, something. The guy that was in No Country for Old People.
That's Josh Brolin.
That's Josh, the kid. Yeah.
But again, they kept the theme of you know, buddies, which I thought was kind of important. And again, it's you're not even thinking about it; you're just seeing it. And if the movie's any good, you're all in. The other one that came out after that, well, obviously Uncle Bill brought up Pulp Fiction. Were they buddies? Kind of, I guess.
Yeah,
they were partners. It's not buddies, then partners. I mean, even
I would go with partners. Yes.
You know, even in what's that Bruce Willis Christmas movie we always talk about?
Die Hard.
Even in Die Hard, they weren't buddies, but they ended up being partners, and they weren't even together. You know, They were just partners.
No, but they kind of became buddies.
Well, afterwards, definitely they were. I
Yeah.
mean, everything in Lethal Weapon, or what the fuck is the name of that movie again? God damn, this fucking chronic
Die Hard.
fucking killing me today, dude. I can't remember shit. Holy fucking shit! This is my last day smoking, by the way. So.
Well, you got to go out with a bang then.
Oh my god, I can't fucking remember shit. I'm slurring my words. My
you're
saliva's
fine.
all built up in my mouth.
You're doing
my
great.
testicle is still a little tingly from the fucking electrocution. It is fucking. Don't laugh. That's not funny. She laughs every time I say that. She laughs at me, dude.
It's kind of funny.
I would have rather been hit with a baseball bat. It was fun. I have electricity on your nuts. It's crazy.
Just to top off, this is 98 Rush Hour. So
that was a 90s movie. Shit, I wouldn't have even guessed that.
I think we saw that in the theater, didn't we, Gene?
98.
I don't know, dude. How many movies did we see together?
I don't know. We saw some. Maybe me, you, and Homeboy.
Yeah, we saw more than a few. I just remember the Star Trek movie with Bobby Hebert because of all the weirdness of it. I don't remember the movie at all. I just remember how fucking the weird shit Bobby was saying. So.
Well, I mean, we were coming back. It was a late Sunday night. We were coming back from an ass whooping in San Francisco, and
see, I wouldn't have remembered we lost that game. I wouldn't have remembered the team. I just remember him asking us if we wanted to go see this new Star Trek movie, and him sitting next to us and going, "Hey, Gene, you think that Borg got a steel putty?" And he couldn't say fucking pussy, and I was fucking laughing. I think at some point I pissed in the bag of popcorn and handed it to him.
You did.
It was a fucking weird night, dude. I don't remember the movie.
It was a weird night.
Game, and I was stone fucking sober. No fucking weed, no booze, no nothing. Right?
Yeah.
We were just we were high on Pepsi.
No, you know what? No, we might have picked up some beers. Maybe there was beer on the plane.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's always possible.
I don't know if you remember this. This might have been before you got to Atlanta, but my first year there, before we bused to the airport as a team, everybody would find their own way. And dude, I swear to God, every time we lost on the West Coast, they would bring us in on the furthest runway from the terminal. And of course, the trains were shut down at Hartsfield, and we had to walk like miles. Oh, fuck.
You think they did that shit on purpose?
It seemed like it. It looked like a pattern.
God, I don't even remember that. So that's funny.
Oh, man.
Did we always take a bus down? I always remember driving myself to the airport.
No, we took a bus.
Yeah, guys had the option. You could either drive or take the bus, but it was easier, especially for the staff.
Stopped the Pink Pony. There's no way I was on the bus for that shit. Anyway, that being said, that was the closest one to the airport. That's why I remember the name of it. Pink Pony.
Oh, yeah.
That was super close to the airport, wasn't it?
It was.
Does that still exist, Bill? I'm sure you've checked.
That's a good question. I don't know.
The Pink Pony?
Yeah.
There's a very popular song out right now about the Pink Pony.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure it probably does. It was an
Chapel
institution.
Roan, yeah. I think isn't she from Missouri too? Chapel Roan? Producer Melissa? Yes. Yeah, she's from Missouri too. Chapel Roan, that sings the Pink Pony Club. From rural Missouri, I believe.
I like it.
Huh.
It's a good song.
It's not Tennessee. We may have to fact check that.
All right. I'm gonna fact check that shit right now.
Okay, fair enough.
Where's Chapel Roan from?
You think Flashers is still there?
No, God, no.
It gave me Chapel Road in Madison, Ohio. Fucking hate you, Siri. Time for this during a podcast. Mistakes. Hey, producer Melissa, where's Chapel Roan from?
Willard, Missouri.
She's from Willard, Missouri. So I was right. You were wrong.
Super.
Why do you always question my useless information fucking knowledge, motherfucker?
Never listen to Siri.
I got more useless. I told you frogs fucking fake fucking death so they don't have to fuck their mates. I got all sorts of useless shit, dude.
I like it. I wanted to bring up this gentleman.
Like it.
His name is Daryl Davis. I don't know if you've heard of him.
No.
Daryl Davis was a
he's KKK guy.
He was a musician. Absolutely right. So in 1968, at age 10, he was a Cub Scout, and all these people were throwing rocks at him and his group. And he was like, they must hate the Boy Scouts. Like, what is going on here? Didn't really relate to him that it was a race thing, which is understandable. I mean, he's a young kid, and why would you go right to that? But in time, 15 years later, I think it was in the early 80s, 83, he was in the Silver Dollar Lounge in Maryland, and he was jamming his jam, kind of a bluesy guy. And he had a older white gentleman come up to him, and they started talking about music. And then next thing you know, it led to them sitting down and having a beer. And after much conversation, the white guy said that he's never had a beer with a black person ever. And Daryl thought he was just kidding. So he laughed. He's like, what? That sounds crazy. Like, I've drank, with hundreds of white people. And the guy said, well, I'm actually in the KKK. And he pulled out his card and showed him his card, which was a little bit crazy. So through some conversation, they kind of found some common ground, which is something we talk about all the time. We can disagree on a lot of stuff. And what could be worse than this to disagree on? But over time, they hung out, and that guy ended up leaving the Klan.
I remember that story.
And it gave Daryl this feeling that, hey, if I could talk to some more people, it might be great. I mean, it's a little bit insane, but he did go on. He did go out. What's the gentleman's name? He wanted to go see this Grand Dragon. His name was Roger Kelly. And they were like, do not see this guy. He will kill you on sight. Like, what are you, out of your mind? So he went out there, and he just basically listens and tries to educate. Within 5 years of meeting Kelly closed up his chapter of the KKK and literally donated his robes to Daryl, which was just kind of insane. And here's Daryl with the robes. His whole point was, you listen first and then you ask some tough questions. You're not putting anybody on the spot, but you're just trying to have a conversation. And he did find that through this, he found a lot of success in getting people away. I mean, here he is at the cross burning, for crying out loud. And it had to be a little bit sketch for him. I mean, I don't think you go out there with the confidence that they're not going to kill you, since that's kind of what they do. But
the only time religion ever comes in fucking handy, by the way, is in instances like this where you have faith that these fucking crazy maniacs you have faith in God that these fucking nutters aren't gonna fucking hang you on the cross and burn you with them. That's the only time fucking religion isn't any good. It gives you fucking like superpowers. Like, I believe in Jesus. I'm gonna go out here and hang out with all these fucking nutters that want to fucking, I mean, that's probably why I wouldn't ever fucking do that shit. You're not going to see me in front of a cross burning and go fucking taking a selfie.
And I think he was, this was a little bit into it. I don't know if that guy in the background here is peeing on the fire in the background, but Daryl's whole point was that if two enemies are talking, they're not fighting. And again, it's kind of what we talked about with education. I mean, we found it to be important that the more you know, and I know I had, and I apologize for my video issues in our last podcast, because some of it was pretty pertinent. I wanted to go back to this because Gene had talked about the Statue of Liberty and the chains and the fact that they didn't want it, and that it was a less effective visual when you couldn't see it. But I had no idea. That wasn't something we were taught. You pulled that out, and then I start Googling images, and it's really tough to miss. Mm-hmm. As your story went, that they really didn't want to portray that part of it.
Yeah, they don't want to talk
so they
about
hid it in her gown, but knowledge is power. Am I right? I mean,
yeah, it's important.
Well, it is.
There's so much. I would say, like the oceans. How much of the oceans have been fucking mapped or charted or explored? Like fucking 1-2%. Like, it's like history, racism and history in our country. We don't fucking know the half of it at the very minimum, but probably 95% of it, of all the shit that fucking went on. Because they just constantly gaslight you, and they want to tell you we're this shining light on the hill, and none of this shit really happened, and we don't want to hurt the current generation of white people's feelings talking about why they have white privilege. Basically, they don't want to fucking talk about it. And it's going to end up harming us all in the end, because, again, whenever blacks are like the canary in the coal mine in this fucking country, whatever happens to us eventually happens to fucking you. The better we get it, the better fucking white women get it. That's why fucking DEI initiatives have done so fucking well for fucking white women. That's why so many white women that are single mothers have food fucking stamps. It ain't fucking black people, dudes. Just go look up the statistics and don't give me all that shit about how there's more of you than us. The resources being used in this country are mostly being used by white people and poor white people.
Sure.
And y'all went and fucked yourself and found out that this motherfucker doesn't give a fuck about you, thinks you're fucking disgusting and vile, and he's always had this hard on for wanting like the elites to fucking love him, which they never fucking did. So now he's just gonna make him fear him because he's got that kind of capability. And we're gonna get hurt in the long run because fucking billionaires don't give a fuck. Patrick Mahomes doesn't give a fuck. LeBron James doesn't give a fuck. These motherfuckers are gonna be able to feed their family. You have $300 in the bank account. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Yep. Big difference.
Good point. And why do you think it's so offensive to white people to learn from their history? I mean, is it going to cause suicide rates? Is it that harmful? I mean, again, the knowledge part kind of helps you be better or be best if we're talking about Melania.
So they can get fleeced. Like LBJ said, you tell this guy you can say the N-word, you can pick this poor white guy's pocket all day long. They're picking your pockets right now. And they're going saying, go say DEI, say wokeness, say it as much as you want. We all know what it means. It means the N-word. Really enjoy it, but your taxes are going to go. Your federal taxes for you poor people, and you only have $300 in the bank, remember. But they're going to jack you for a couple grand more in your taxes when it's all said and done.
For sure.
And you're
unless you make over 350,000, then you'll get less.
We can again, canary in the coal mine. We are the test. Treat us well. And guess what? You guys end up being treated even fucking better than you could possibly imagine. Treat us like shit, and that's the only thing that actually trickles down is cruelty. Wealth doesn't trickle down like the way they say it does. Cruelty does. And it's, again, this guy's on a revenge tour. He hasn't done a fucking thing for you. He hasn't made any of your shit cheaper. Elon Musk's whole portfolio is kind of sort of fucking tanking right now. He doesn't give a fuck because he's drunk on fucking power. And again, we'll all pay the price. Elon will still stay a fucking billionaire. Trump will be richer than shit. And, are we going to be fighting the culture war or class war? It's really up to all of us because our politicians aren't really going to do shit. They're kind of waiting this one out going, did you miss us yet on the Democratic side? And the Republicans just have no spine, man. They're so fucking beta. They went from Ronald Reagan Republicans and Liz Cheney Republicans to these fucking Nazi-like maggots, and that's what the fuck they are. And it's a shame, but what are you gonna do?
Well, yeah. Go ahead, Billy. I'm sorry.
I was going to say I'd seen something earlier today about the parallels between Caesar and Trump. How Caesar came to have the Senate feared him, right? He stoked division to build popularity. I mean, it's the exact same playbook, going back to Caesar, then to the Nazis. I mean, dude, this shit, the shit never changes. The blueprint doesn't really change. And we keep falling for it.
Well, and we've talked about in the past, like I thought our high school was pretty good. We got a pretty good education. But in talking to some people in my age group, like we didn't really hit on a whole lot of issues like the civil rights rallies and occasions in the 60s. We didn't talk about. We didn't talk about slavery at all. We didn't talk about, anti-Semitism or like the history of any of this stuff. And it's really in the fabric, as we talked about with the flag when we were talking about Black History Month. Blacks are a part of this culture. They're part of our history. And to that point, we never did really learn anything about that. And then all of a sudden, what was it, 1977, Roots came out. And it gave people, something to educate themselves with. It was a mini series on TV. So, I was young enough that I don't know how much of that was fact checked or how much was just for shock value or to learn from. I mean, it was really
based on a novel.
I'm sorry?
It was based on a book by Alex Haley.
Correct.
But I
guess my point is the history of it. Now you go to a museum, you see these, shackles and stuff. It just wasn't part of our education, but we grew up, as Gene said, in this buddy era. And you didn't necessarily, and I don't want to say, oh, you don't see color, whatever. You knew, but it wasn't an issue. it wasn't something that came to mind that this was a problem. Oh, he's this religion. I mean, like we talked about on our street, we had Catholics, we had Presbyterians, we had Muslims, we had one Jew on the block, but it just wasn't part of what we projected or internalized and then put onto other people. And I just thought it was weird.
Did you know where the gay couple lived? Did you have a gay couple on your block? Because I knew where we had the gay couple. The gay couple had the fucking nicest house in the fucking neighborhood growing up.
I don't know that we did.
Who, Billy?
I don't know. What do you think? Did you think we had anybody? I don't think we did. It was a boring
gay couple had fucking full-size candy bars right next to Mount View fucking grade school and an all-stone fucking house, and it was fucking killer, like mid-century modern bullshit. Yeah, dude, they gave out the nicest shit, and they were the nicest motherfucking people, and nobody gave a fuck. Like, literally, even back then, nobody gave a fuck about that sort of fucking thing. There were Snickers and shit. But what are you gonna say? I mean, Father Bob is fucking Sister Pat at my fucking grade school. So who cares if two guys live together? I mean, the whole fucking cats and dogs, baby, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
Well, it's just, again, we talked in the last podcast about, oh, we're going to do like homeschooling. And Uncle Bill says, oh, you're only as smart as your dummy parent. But again, I feel like, you know, I have a college degree. I felt like I got a pretty good high school education. We didn't cover MLK. We didn't cover anything about slavery or the civil rights marches of the 60s. So for me to now, that's not going to be on my radar. If I'm homeschooling my kid, I got nothing to say about that because I wasn't educated myself. Now, as an adult, sure, I've educated myself more. But would I depend on myself to be the one to convey that message to my kid and think that he's going to excel? I mean, it just sounds ludicrous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes no sense to me. And then how do you socialize your kid?
Church.
Your kid, yeah, great. With all the other weirdos.
I mean, you're absolutely right. We talked about this. You were on the street. If you had a problem with the kid, maybe you came home with a bloody lip, but you still went out the next day and you played with him because that's who was on your street. Mm-hmm. That's who you were going to hang out with, and you dealt with it. And you didn't have a parent come pounding on the door and say, hey, what'd you do to my kid? Type of thing. You know, you probably deserved it.
And I didn't get into any fights with any of those fucking white kids because they were calling me the N-word. It was mostly Buffalo butt. So just so
did you hear the N-word?
No. And my dad didn't really like the N-word, so it wasn't used in my house because my dad was born in 48 and he grew up in Denver, Colorado, which was racist enough. That dude wasn't going to like that word. So it was before gangster rap and shit and Omaha, Nebraska. And no, you didn't. No one, again, Nebraska has the nicest fucking bigots. They are so fucking friendly. That's not, you know, they allude to shit. They don't sit there and blatantly say shit. And I grew up in Omaha, which is a fucking blue dot surrounded by fucking redness. So
kind of like St. Louis.
That's also a little different. But no, dude, I didn't hear the N-word a lot. I didn't hear it a lot in college because we all got along and had to play together. And there's sure shit's going to be a fight if some fucking white guy in a locker room is going to drop the fucking N-word. It's just not going to fucking happen. So no, I did not hear the word a lot. I don't say the word very much. I'm not going to say I've never said it, but I mean, dude, I could count on my fucking hands how many times I've said that fucking word in my marriage. I don't really even say it during rap songs, you know?
Yeah, me neither.
So it's not a necessary word for me. My father taught me to hate it, so I kind of do. I don't know if that's old fashioned or Midwestern or goofy or boomer or what. But
I don't think it's goofy.
It's not a word for me.
Even for us, you know, we had the Pearsons down the street. That was not a word that I heard growing up either. Uncle Bill?
Not really. I heard it more as I got older and met some kids from like different parts of town, different parts of the city. The ones
they literally use the N-word?
Yeah, I'm not going to name names, but we had friends in college that would drop that word.
Huh.
And you knew how they felt. Yeah.
JT, I know who you're talking about. I think one of Daryl's friends.
Look, okay. my dad hated that word so much. I can tell you guys a story. I was 12 years old, had size 13 feet. Oof. And they bought me a pair of roller skates, a pair of cheap fucking roller skates from Target.
Did they go over their shoes?
And they didn't fit, and I was taking them back. I'll never forget. We were taking them back to some Omaha Target because they were too tight, and two college kids from the University of Nebraska in Omaha, UNO, started fucking. I was separate from my dad. Started fucking with me and calling me the N-word, and on a little 12-year-old kid. My dad's 5'7". He's a brown belt in karate, active brown belt in karate at the fucking point. I ran into my dad crying, going, "Those two fucking white guys," and I think one of them might have been wearing a UNO leather jacket. My dad beat the living this little dude, PE teacher in shape, beat the fuck out of these two fucking guys. I mean, beat the shit out of them, threw them on top of fucking shopping carts. A security guy came running over. He's like, "If you don't kick these motherfuckers out of here for saying the N-word to my fucking son, you're fucking next." And that fucking security guard fucking kicked those two college students right the fuck out of there. So that's how I knew not to say the fucking word. I mean, seriously.
I wouldn't mess with Big Gene either.
Yeah, dude, your dad wasn't tall, but he was thick.
It flipped he's a 400-pound bencher at 5'7", and a badass. I mean, just a total fucking badass that you did not want to fuck with back in the day. And a little surly. I mean, this dude grew up rough, sometimes sleeping in his car, growing up in the streets of fucking Denver. So he did not have it easy. My mom quite often says he probably grew up with a lot of PTSD, and that fucking word triggered him. Like, for real, it triggered him. And when he fucking heard his son say that white guy, dude, that was it, dude. He flipped it. He lost it. He fucking lost his fucking mind. Sort of like I lost my mind on fucking Neil Smith during the extra point of the Super Bowl after
tried to gouge his eye out
after Tim Dwight fucking ran that touchdown back, and I got a line up for the PAT, and I'm already fucking irritated. And he's like, "Do the dirty bird now, motherfucker." And I'm like, "You're fucking dead." I got down on my stance. I fucking grabbed my face mask.
There's a picture of that.
I went straight for his fucking eyes, like a fucking.
I have a picture of that.
Oh, I'm so fucking pissed. I lost my fucking mind at that point. Can you imagine? And that was just fucking a football game. Say the N-word to my dad, forget it. Say the N-word to me, forget it, dude. You better. I'm telling you, man. Don't do it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, no, dude.
Just don't do it. So it's just let that fucking word go. Let that fucking word die. Come up with some other shit. We don't need it.
It's pretty offensive, and I don't know. It was just never part of the vocabulary that anybody I was around. In my first year of college too, I had a good friend, John Jones, out in Colorado, who happened to be. He was 26 at the time. I was 18, which was just kind of funny because there were some older students there. He already had a child, maybe two, and it just wasn't something that was going to come out. And we were with a bunch of some hillbillies and some wealthy kids, and it just wasn't something that really came out. Plus, John would have probably pounded the shit out of them too. Pretty jovial guy, but again, it's just not something that you whipped around or had a need to use. I mean, you can call me all kinds of other things: fat, short, stupid. I mean, why do we got to go there?
We don't.
Well, I'm glad.
We know.
People do it for shock value, though, because they know it's one of those words. It's a trigger word.
It's just a way to fucking start a war with someone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you might get lucky and someone may walk away. I'm not that guy. So.
Well, and you love those videos on the subway where the guy's getting in the guy's face and using it, and then it's one punch and done, basically.
Subway, fucking
7-Eleven.
I've seen these idiots. I mean, just why? It's just. I mean, dude, go to a gym, fucking strap on some gloves, and go fucking fight a guy. No one wants to fucking. No black guy wants to deal with your fucking your hot mess on a plane or on a train or a fucking cat. No one wants to deal with that shit. So hopefully, I don't even think that's the biggest problem with fucking MAGA. Their biggest problem is they're just in a fucking cult, and cults are fun, and cults are intoxicating, and cults are all about.
You drink the Kool-Aid.
I mean, dude, when you're making excuses for the prices of fucking eggs now and how the fucking government's a fucking disaster, they're just making excuse after excuse after excuse. They're not blaming black people right now. They're just making excuses for, give it time, and pretty soon all these tariffs will kick in and we'll have all this money coming in and we'll be making.
The money's going to roll right in. It's just temporary pain.
And the Commerce Secretary said you can fucking grow chickens in your backyard if you need some fucking eggs. And it's just it's a hot fucking mess, dude. It's
on that Bissett guy, the Treasury Secretary, is worth $550 million.
That's crazy.
too worried about it.
Exactly. Yeah, none of these guys are too worried about it because they're not going to be feeling any of this pain. They're going to buy on the dips every time Trump fucking announces a tariff and then, pulls it back. That's what they do.
And meanwhile, I got to worry about my wife catching what when she goes to fucking New Mexico?
Some of Elon's flack.
No, I'm just saying.
Measles,
is going on right there.
Yeah.
Raging.
So this is insanity that we're living this life, and half of us in the country are making excuses for it, thinking that someday we're going to win the white guy lottery because they're just all going to fucking fuck us up.
So many windows here.
Oh, I know, dude. I'm having lighting issues too because we started a little later today, so it's all kind of wackadoodle. Don't worry about it.
Well, we're close.
I love your hair in the light, though, Bill. It just looks wonderful.
Thank you.
Nice. Well, let's get a haircut, you hippie.
So silvery.
Get a haircut, you fucking hippie.
We were watching. We caught the end of Joker last night with Joaquin Phoenix, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, Jesus Christ, my hair looks just like him. Do I look like that?
The first one or the second one?
The first one.
Oh, okay, that one was a box office success. The second one with Lady Gaga, not so much. It was a bit of a bust, I heard.
Yeah, I didn't see that
though.
one. I just couldn't look away. I mean, it's so intense. His acting was really good, and it was disturbing, but also so watchable. And Bob De Niro,
he's a good actor. He's a really good actor.
Dysfunction in your life, brother. Look at all the shit that's happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
Fucked up parents. Fucking watch your brother die on the street outside the Viper Room.
Yeah.
You're born with a cleft palate. I mean, lots of fucking drama in his fucking life. No wonder he's such a good fucking actor.
Yeah, he's really good.
That's why we're going to get such amazing music out of this era, because
I think so, dude.
I think
so. I don't see why not. This is when the best shit comes out, is when we're at our fucking worst a lot of times. Why do you think rap was just so, like, I don't know, its trajectory was just so fucking fast? These people were literally just rapping about their fucking lives, what it's like growing up in New York in the fucking hood, or LA in the fucking hood.
Mm-hmm.
That shit resonates. That shit was fucking great.
And most of that was underground as well. So it was like, once the producers started seeing that this was catching on, then they had to get involved and decide what was acceptable, what they were going to let through. Maybe Biggie's a little better than Public Enemy type of thing, and went that route so they could still control it. And then what happens? You end up getting the two premier guys at the time murdered.
Well, that's also because
Diddy's fingerprints are on both of those.
Mm-hmm. And don't ever forget how intelligent rap used to be, and how
amazing.
Be a totally different type of thing.
Yeah.
And then the producers saw that, didn't so much like the message, didn't sign those early artists, but once gangster rap came out, they loved the message of black people killing each other, and they fucking threw droves. No, that's a real thing. They threw droves and droves and droves, and white people threw droves and droves and droves of money at gangster rap, so they could literally help other white people hear the message. Look at how scary black people are, when it was just, when it was just literally fucking music. They do. This is the shit they fucking do, because when rap first started, it was super smart. It was super intelligent. It was literally, how am I living my life? It wasn't fucking, I got this fucking AK or this shotgun and I'm shooting at fucking cops. It might have been talking about selling a little bit of fucking dope, or fucking, beatboxing, or
it wasn't so much about ass and
or fucking cockroaches and fucking mice and rats, and it was about your fucking life. And then people came along and cosplayed like they were actual fucking gangsters. So some of them, a lot of them, because they really fucking weren't. I know you all saw Dr. Dre in that fucking shiny dance outfit in the fucking 80s. And
we didn't want you to see that.
Even Tupac was fucking doing ballet in the fucking late 80s, early fucking 90s. I'm just saying, that was a fucking persona.
He was a real mama's boy too.
That was
There's a book coming out about him. Jeff Pearlman's doing a biography on Tupac.
Never forget how white producers jumped all over this fucking gangster shit and promoted this shit like it was a thing. And look at all the juice fucking that dumb bitch Al Gore's wife got from it, and they got those little.
Tipper Gore clutching her pearls and having that stupid label put on records. Yeah, it was ridiculous. Or was it Ice-T that was on the original Lollapalooza tour? People were all up in arms about the song "Cop Killer."
Oh, when he was with Body Count, which I have that original CD, by the way, because they took that fucking song off and then they reissued it. So.
Yeah, but when the cops kill black people, nobody cares. But you talk about, it's
I know, dude.
Fucking
I'm just
ridiculous. But
saying,
dude,
be
you,
careful. I mean, I love the rap we grew up with, but always fucking have the knowledge that fucking white people are the ones with the money in this country, and then they fucking dictate what the zeitgeist is going to be by doing things like promoting fucking gangster rap, as opposed to, I mean, they had plenty of other shit to promote too. But I'm just saying that shit. That's when that shit fucking exploded.
well, dude,
Yeah.
There's a
yeah.
reason for it.
Yeah, but you saw what happened with NWA, man. That split up Eazy-E and those dudes, right? Because he went with the white boy, the white man.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, again, there ended up being cool beefs and no Vaseline and a lot of cool fucking diss tracks and shit. But that being said, what they should have done is really promoted these early guys and given them a lot of the money. I think we would have had a lot more positive rap out there, a lot more, because a lot of, not every black person loves
Rap.
a genre of rap. It's very misogynistic. It didn't start off that way, is what I'm saying. It's very misogynistic. It's very fucking violent based a lot of times. It's you can find shit that isn't that way. But what I'm saying, the people, what they promote, you always have to watch out what they fucking promote. And oh, by the way, like every fucking white guy from the 60s, 70s, and 80s that wasn't a front man didn't padiddle some 14-year-old and take her across state fucking lines. So, black people haven't done anything that white people haven't done. Let's not fool ourselves on that one.
For sure.
Especially when you're famous. For every P. Diddy, there's fucking 11 Steven fucking Tylers and goddamn Ted Nugents and I could go on and on and on. The guy from the Red Hot Chili Peppers who fucking actually put that shit in his book. We go on and on and on. So every time you find one of these fucking black guys in federal prison with a RICO act against them, imagine what white fucking artist or mogul could have fucking been thrown in prison for the very same shit. And oh, by the way, what's going on with those fucking Epstein files?
National security.
Yeah. Oh, we've got to read.
What does that mean?
I don't really know because she redacted so much stuff to begin with. She was already caught in a lie because first she said she had
a truckload. Got a whole truckload of them.
And she couldn't get to it in time. Then she was going to revisit it. Then they put out some redacted shit where everything was blacked out. And,
I imagine Cash Patel has to read his documents over here, right? Like put them like right about here.
Keep in mind that Cash Patel,
that one-eyed catching it,
crazy eye.
Cash Patel is firing his FBI security detail, and he wants to hire his own because he's afraid about the lack of loyalty within the FBI to support him. So he's going to.
He's 100% correct on that one, Brown
he should
boy.
Be afraid.
They would frag your ass too, or let you get fragged. No, I mean that's just smart. I don't know what to tell you, but
well, I mean, dude, these are people at that agency who had friends that have taken a hit or who dealt with J6, and then this guy's coming in firing everybody, investigating everybody who investigated J6. Like,
it's a dangerous job.
You better watch your back.
I agree. And not to mention when we take this shit back, whoever fucking we is, because I don't know what the fuck Democrats are right now. Ask Elise.
Yeah, they better figure it out.
She thinks it's fucking we're Ronald Reagan Republicans after that fucking rebuttal.
God no, I watched that again. That was
when we take that shit back. Watch them purge the entire Secret Service. You think that whole fucking group isn't compromised? Those motherfuckers faked a fucking assassination attempt that nobody fucking talks about anymore. So we got a lot of work to do to fucking build ourselves back up to better.
Well, and to that point, we're jumping to happy endings, people. I'm losing Uncle Bill's lighting. I have two. I'm going to start with this one. Mardi Gras beads generally take 500 years to decompose. So some students at LSU designed a biodegradable alternative to beads, and they turn into flowers over time.
Oh, nice.
Thought that was pretty cool. And then I got to put this up for Gene because this is kind of a happy ending. But my goodness, what in the world?
The resemblance is uncanny.
That is Uncle Vance right there, Uncle JD.
Wow.
You put some eyeliner on John Wayne Gacy, and maybe it's JD Vance's long lost uncle.
Holy cow, that is crazy.
That's uncanny, dude. No wonder he grew a fucking beard. He looks just like his kid.
He really does. And they're both clowns.
Anybody else have a happy ending today for this Saturday?
No, I don't know if it's a happy ending, but some bitch named Carrie Minnick that worked at a preschool. She got basically dared by a libtard on TikTok Like if Elon's not doing the Nazi salute and all these people aren't doing the Nazi salute, then your ass is get on TikTok and you fucking do it.
She got fired.
And Carrie Minnick fucking not only did it, she wrote down the date, the fucking time, all that shit. And
is that the one in Pennsylvania?
I don't know, dude. She's working at preschool. Like literally within seconds, someone called on her, fucking called the preschool. Her boss called her in for an emergency meeting within 5 minutes of her sending out that fucking tweet. She deleted everything, went into office. Her next tweet was, "I got fired." Duh. That's fucking insane, dude. Do you really want someone that's so casual about giving a Nazi salute, teaching your fucking kids? That's a no-brainer, Carrie. So
I would say that was a pretty happy ending. She got.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm enjoying. They may be getting rid of all these fucking DEI initiatives, but people, for the most part in this country, have some fucking common sense. They know shit ain't right now.
For sure.
And running around fucking giving Nazi salutes. Dude, you're fucking unemployable now. I mean, fuck that. Except for the fucking Trump administration.
Sure. Yeah. You really want to work there?
And your loyalty thing. What sparked you to be a MAGA weirdo? And
she's blonde hair. I don't know if she had blue eyes. Maybe she can go get fucking, one of those fucking MAGA seeds planted in her and have one of those Aryan babies. Who gives a fuck? I don't care. She's out of fucking being a preschool fucking aide or whatever. Nice. That's all I care about. I have no idea if she's teaching black kids or not, but she doesn't need to be around fucking white kids either.
Agreed. So. And I can educate properly. Uncle Bill.
She fucked around and found out. I saw an owl today.
I loved that photograph.
What
I
photograph?
hear them all the time. I can never see them.
What photograph?
Uncle Bill sent me a photograph earlier. I'm gonna have to see if I can find it.
Oh, send it to me. I didn't. Where'd you see an owl, Bill?
I was walking the dog that I'm sitting with today, and we were in there was a stand of trees by the house, and so we were walking through there, and I saw this big bird come swooping up on us from behind with a giant wingspan.
Oh, good
there
pick.
He is.
That's a good pick.
I mean, incredible.
Yeah, and I thought it was a hawk. And then he got up on his branch and he turned around and he looked at us, and it was an owl. And I had heard him last night hooting away, but they're so cool, man. They're amazing to look at.
Don't pull that fucking Joe Pesci bullshit and My Cousin Vinny and run out of the cabin with a 357 and start shooting at the owl in the middle of
the hell no.
Night.
The owl's your friend.
No, man, owls are cool.
Enjoy your nature while you have a habitat before fucking Trump starts drilling in your fucking backyard.
The coolest thing was, so as we're walking back into the house, I walk to the back of him, and he turns his head all the way around to look at us.
Wow.
Because owls can do that,
That's fantastic.
Why don't you pull out a fucking piece of chicken tonight and hold it up, see what happens.
I probably take my still up there, but take a look.
Don't take my hand with it.
Pull out some raw meat, man. They fucking that's what they eat. He might come up to you. Or
he was big. I wonder if I'd have been with a little dog, he might have been thinking about maybe carrying that dog off.
Oh yeah, dude, they'll kill anything little. So
and people have been attacked by owls. Wasn't there a famous murder case, one of your true crime stories, where they didn't believe the husband?
They thought the husband did it. Meanwhile, because she fell down some stairs, but in actuality, an owl had pecked her head because they found it on her head. She wasn't completely scalped, but she had damage, and the owl's the one that took her down the steps.
And I thought I was the only one with completely useless information.
I got a ton.
That's amazing, dude. I didn't even know that one.
Yeah.
Insane.
Bill, you look dark, Bill. Bill, what's going on?
Yeah, we're gonna have to start rolling here.
Fucking terrifying.
The sun is setting, so if I'm in the right, I'm either too bright or too dark. So.
Yeah, well, Chucky's behind you right now. Good luck with that. Don't turn around.
All right. Hey, Gene, enjoy the rest of today. I know tomorrow you're going to go stone cold sober, so I can't wait to see you on Tuesday.
I'll be all right.
All right. You always are, buddy.
You've got good coping skills.
Excellent coping skills.
We'll see. Thanks, Dr. Dave Davies.
Good talking to you guys.
Hey, Gene, you're in the program too?
I'll see you guys on Tuesday.
All right, I'll see you.
All right, be good, Gino.
See ya.